What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zoe. No, it is off DFS here to bring you guys some Monday Night Football plays for tonight's showdown slate with the 49ers taking on the New York Jets. If you guys new here, as always, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you guys don't miss any of the content I do put out over here on the channel. And drop a like on this video if this video or any of my other videos have helped you guys win some money. Now, the last NFL prop video I did was for the main slate on Sunday. We went 3 out of 5 on those plays right there. Not bad, but Kincaid could not get there. He only had 1 reception that he got out of the 2 targets. I honestly thought he would have been involved a bit more. Of course, week 1, some reads, they were there, some were not. And then the other play that we had was, unfortunately, DeAndre Swift. Caleb Williams was not able to get to him at all whatsoever in regards to him actually getting some receptions. But everything else that we had, Tyreek Hill smashed his receiving yards. Mike Evans found the end zone, also killed his fantasy points scored. If you took his reception yards, unfortunately, that did not hit. But the main play that I did have for that was the touchdown. That was my big call over there for that. And then last but not least was, what was the last play that we actually had over there? Zamir White for his rushing attempts. That was an easy day. He crushed that out of the water as well. So today, looking at it, was already looking at a couple of plays that I think could actually be pretty good on today. Again, this is a showdown slate. This is between 2 teams who should actually be pretty decent on the defensive side. Granted, there's some stuff that is up in the air. We're hearing Christian McCaffrey. He said that he's good to go, but again, we know that he's been dealing with injury. Of course, A-Rod, he's coming back today after his Achilles being torn last season, first game that he played. So hopefully we can see some type of resemblance of a decent quarterback out here today for the Jets, who, if you guys have not taken it already, I actually have the Jets as my Super Bowl favorites going into the year. I do think the Jets actually have the full package to actually make it all the way this year. The Jets, that is my play in regards to Super Bowl odds winning the Super Bowl this year. So definitely, if you guys want to sprinkle that over on the books, good play. You guys can write it out with me as well. But looking at it, there's a couple plays that I think that we can actually take some advantage of. One of them over here on the popular tab, Greg the Leg. We can actually take him for his 6.5 kicking points. I want to say that he actually is averaging like roughly 7.5, 8 kicking points on last season. Definitely the 1.5 field goals made. That's another that you can actually take right there. But focusing on some that I actually do feel will have some juice and aren't going to be discounts or anything like that that we can actually focus in and build on. First play for me is actually going to come from the first quarter over here, and that's going to be for Breece Hall. That 2.5 receiving yards actually seems quite low for a player who I imagine, and Aaron Rodgers, not want to get sacked like what he did last season to start out the year, that he's going to be going and looking for that check down. We know Rodgers loves his pass catching running backs, and one of the things that Breece Hall did excel in last season, he did lead the league last year in receptions for running backs. We know that he has the hands. We know, again, the 49ers with Bosa out there on that front line, he's going to be coming. Rodgers, I know he's going to try to get out pretty quick. I definitely see a bunch of checkdowns being happening in this game, not from just Rodgers' side, but on both sides as well. And that is why I'm actually going to be leaning on that Breece Hall 2.5 first quarter receiving yards. It just seems too low. It seems too easy for him to actually be able to go out here and go get that. So taking that one right there as one of my first plays that I really actually do like on today. So this play right here has already been bumped up. Unfortunately, I did like Juwan Jennings for his 17.5 receiving yards, just because we were getting some value over here on Prizepicks with this, because over on the books, he was bumped. Well, not bumped. He was sitting at 18.5. So it looks like Prizepicks is already adjusted, got him up at 19.5. So I actually don't mind just taking the 2 receptions right here. As you guys do know, Brandon Ayoku pretty much, in regards to the contract negotiation or either being traded, didn't really participate. Well, not even really. Didn't participate in preseason. Didn't participate through training camp and all those things like that. So he's expected to be limited. That means that we are going to see third string wide receivers and Juwan Jennings hopefully get some more targets and things of that nature. I like the boost that he should actually see. 2 receptions, that should be too easy right there for him to actually get that. I do like Juwan Jennings for that 2 receptions. And then if you want to sprinkle that 19.5 receiving yards, I don't mind taking a sprinkle at that as well. Speaking of 49ers, going to one of my favorite tight ends in the league, and that's going to be George Kittle. George Kittle, one of the spots that you can actually attack the Jets, and that's going to be at the tight end position. Those tight ends, long as Kittle is not going to be out there forced to be a blocker, which we do know the 49ers, they love what Kittle can do in regards to blocking on that front. But that 24.5 receiving yards, love that. He's pretty much has last season, I want to say like an 80-90% hit rate in regards to going over this 24.5 receiving yards prop. I do see, again, same stuff like what I was saying for Juwan Jennings, with Ayoku being pretty much quote-unquote limited. I know they can look to Debo, possibly to get to him, but Debo, he's kind of one of those players that not necessarily, it has to be an exact scheme or play set and designed for him to actually be able to get open, things of that nature for him to actually get those yards. But Kittle, we already know, middle of the field. Again, I do expect for the Jets to actually get some pressure, things of that nature. The check down right there and Kittle. That 24.5, I do like the upside for that one as well. That right there will be my next play that I actually want to take. Honestly, as I look through the board, there's really not too much up that I really like. Again, it's one game. We really don't have too much going on today, especially with WNBA off today. They're back tomorrow. MLB, I'm kind of sold out on MLB. Really don't want to mess with that anymore. Receptions, the last play that I could possibly see, even want to consider. I want to mess with Mike Williams, but I also want to look at Breece Hall. Either one of these two right here in regards to the receptions. Mike Williams just being that big body receiver right there with an actual good quarterback in A-Rod. I could see him actually getting that 2.5 receptions right there. But again, I need to actually see how he's going to look worked in regards to his offense. Breece Hall, again, just the checkdowns and everything, and just actually having a quarterback back there. And I know how A-Rod loves his pass catching backs. I kind of really lean this 4 receptions will be the main one. I don't mind looking at this Mike Williams. I'm going to do a little bit more digging, but I will have a flex 6 posted up for you guys over on the Patreon. And then before tip, I will post that up on Twitter. So if you guys looking for any of that right there, make sure you guys check the links down in the description below so you guys can actually follow. Link for Twitter and all that is down there. And also make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the content. We'll be back tomorrow to go over WNBA because we do have a decent 3-game slate. Of course, my Dallas Wings, we have been eliminated from playoff contention. Unfortunately, is what it is. But hopefully you guys were able to find something. Enjoy football being back. We don't have to force plays. It's a long season, of course. We got weeks on weeks on weeks of this right here, and then of course more sports right around the corner. Control your bankroll. NFL was pretty much killed yesterday. I've seen a lot of green tickets and a lot of green slips. You do not have to just go all in today. Good luck to everybody. Peace.